Well, we have a lot of congressmen and lawmakers and so many people, but it's my pleasure to introduce Congressman Joe Crowley from New York. Congressman Crowley.
Thank you very much. And I, too, will be brief because I know we have others to follow as well. Aziz, how are you? Good to see you. And I think the person who needs the most applause right now is Jim Moran because he gave a succinct and very good speech. And it's difficult following, I think, for Jim, Ambassador Mulford, as it is for myself to follow him as well. I fondly remember traveling to India at the request of the State Department during the civilian nuclear transfer deal to demonstrate to the then Indian government the bipartisan support for the civilian nuclear transfer deal. Had the deal failed, it would have been all Ed Royce's fault. And because it did succeed, we give Ed Royce some of that credit. But we do want to share the note that Democrats also, I think, played a critical role in a bipartisan effort to see that through because we both, Democrats and Republicans, believe in this relationship. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. It is an American issue to further expand the opportunities for cooperation and bilateral growth, going together. So the road ahead. The road ahead is a brand new road in many respects for the United States. We marvel at this wonderful, wonderful experiment of democracy in India, the largest democratic election ever held in the world, free, open election ever held in the world. And we just marvel at how it is done, that people of all walks of life in India, from the very wealthiest to the poorest, have the opportunity to express themselves in a democratic way and choose their next government. And as we marveled at the last major election some 10 years ago, India is shining with over 10% growth in GDP. And the elections called, and everyone thought it was a foregone conclusion, except the people of India had not yet spoken. And when they spoke, they sent the message. What was remarkable, I said then, it demonstrated the maturity of the Indian democratic system, had sustained a number of assassinations, as we have had throughout our history as well, and had seen difficult times, and yet the peaceful transfer of power, unexpected maybe in some quarters, yet it did take place. And then we see that turned upside down in some respects again in this election. But once again, the people of India have spoken, and we in the United States are listening. We've listened to that. I was very pleased that the President called Mr. Modi and invited him to the United States as well sometime in the near future. And so we look forward to working with this new government as it gets itself up on its feet and continuing the relationship forward. I'm not going to go into all the details that Ambassador touched upon, but I think that a number of those issues are certainly still some that are vexing the relationship, especially the issue of the civilian nuclear transfer deal and the after effects and the lack of movement maybe in some quarters that we were expecting as well. But I do think we see better days ahead. There will be potholes in the road eventually. From time to time, a tree limb will fall in the middle of the road, and we'll have to get around it. But we'll do that. That's part of driving sometimes, or however we travel. And I don't think we should make too much out of some things that will arise. I differ to some degree with the ambassador. I don't want to think that we're going to be rehashing some of these issues that we're getting behind. We're moving forward when it comes to the diplomatic issues that we've experienced as well. Better days are ahead, and I think this White House understands that India is on the rise, and that's why it deserves a seat at the UN Security Council. 1/6 or 1/7 of the world's population needs to be present in that body. And that's not just rhetoric, that's just a reality. It makes the whole system a farce when so many people, in many respects, are ignored because of pre- and post-World War II political circumstances. The world has changed dramatically since then, and India deserves a rightful place. So with that, I thank you all again for having me. I know you have a number of great speakers coming, but I have a little guy in the back, Liam, where is Liam? He's somewhere here. He was the kid up here with the blue shirt on before. He has an abscessed tooth, and I have to get him home before I'm in trouble with his mother. So thank you all very much.